Hi everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. So welcome back to my foundation stick wars. Today's episode 5, and if you're watching this in the future, I will link all of the videos down below for you. I will be testing out 6 drugstore foundation sticks for your oily skin, and for each of them, I will be testing them with primer and without primer. So let's get into foundation stick number 5, and that's going to be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation stick. So this claims to deliver long-lasting coverage in a breakthrough, lightweight, multi-dimensional formula that applies to a flawless semi-matte finish. I tested these products out for 2 days and day 1 is my first impression, so let's roll the tape. I just primed and prepped my face with my favorite primer. Now it is time to get into the next foundation, so let's get into it. As always, I matched myself online and this looks just a little bit dark. It is in the shade beige or soft beige, so let's just go ahead and see if this works. Smell test. I don't think it really smells like anything. It definitely looks very, very shiny, so I'm hoping this goes on very creamy. Very creamy. And it is a little dark. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my foundation brush and see how well this works. And if it doesn't, I'll go ahead and use a sponge. This is actually blending out beautifully. Holy crap, look at this coverage compared to this side. This looks so good and it blended out like a dream. It covered up all of the blemishes like the ones that I had right here. And it's just looking so, so beautiful. I don't see any texture and I am not mad at that color shading because I feel like it is definitely working. Like once I blended it out, looks beautiful. And just look at this glow. Just look at that. Let me go ahead and do this side and I'll be right back. I cannot get over just how beautiful this foundation is looking. It's full coverage. And yes, I am wearing primer, so my pores and my fine lines are filled in, but I don't have any texture. And you guys know, well, if you guys have watched the other episodes, you know that I've been having a hard time pairing this with primer because it just shows texture, but this one isn't at all. Let me go ahead and just show you guys what this is looking like right now, and then I will be back with the rest of my makeup. Here's what the forehead is looking like. There is absolutely no texture at all, just a beautiful, beautiful glow. Same goes for the left side. It is just looking so, so good. All my blemishes, everything is covered. It is just looking so gorgeous. And the same thing on the right side. And I'm in love. I am in love. At least for now, but my makeup is looking so, so gorgeous. It played well with absolutely everything. I need you guys to see this up close. You guys need to see everything that's going on because it is perfect. Here's my forehead, looking absolutely gorgeous. No texture, no dryness. Same thing for the left side, looking absolutely gorgeous. There is no texture, no dryness. It just looks so, so good. And then of course, the exact same thing on the right side. It has been 10 hours, so let's take a look at my makeup. So I definitely have a lot of oil coming through on my T-zone, and I do have some creasing in my smile lines. I do have just the smallest bit of caking right here in the chin area. But other than that, I think that my makeup looks really, really good. I think that maybe I need to not use setting powder just on my chin. I used setting powder today, but just the lightest setting possible. I honestly don't think it looks bad at all. So let's do a close-up so you guys can see. Here's what my forehead is looking like. Not too bad, just extremely oily. In between my eyebrows, I do have some creasing there. The left side of my face, extremely oily in the nose area, just a bit of creasing and a little bit of caking. And the exact same thing on the right side, extremely oily, some creasing, and just a bit of caking. Day 2, let's try this again. So just as a reminder, I am not wearing any primer. I just have on my skincare, which is just my moisturizer. So let's go ahead and put this on. I'm just gonna apply it on the right side first, and then I'm gonna blend it out with the Beauty Blender. So I actually like the application with the damp beauty blender a little bit better just because it does pick up a little bit more of the product so that way there's not so much on your skin. And it just looks a little bit more natural, a little bit more lightweight. And of course it is now not full coverage. Because of that, I can always just spot conceal. I really honestly don't think I need to build this up at all. I feel like I'm getting like the best coverage. It's just this one spot here that I decided to pick at. That is the only spot that needs to be concealed concealed, but really everything else is looking absolutely gorgeous. There is no texture at all, no dryness, and it's actually filling in my fine lines in my pores without any primer. I'm in love. And I know I said this yesterday about that glow, but like, just look at this glow. Just look at that. Let's do a close-up so that way you guys can see. Here's what my forehead is looking like. Absolutely no texture, and it just looks so glowy. Left side, zero texture, zero dryness. Everything is just looking so beautiful and so glowy. Same thing for the right side. Also, pores are filled in. Fine lines are nice and filled in. Okay, let me just go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I am done with the rest of my makeup, let's go ahead and take a look at my face. This is looking so good. It has definitely played well with the rest of my makeup. I love that there is still no texture, no dryness, no smearing. It just looks so good, and everything looks filled in. Everything looks very smooth. Let's go ahead and do a close-up so that way you guys can see. So here's what my forehead is looking like. Again, no texture, no dryness, just glowy. And then here's the left side looking really nice, still glowy, still pores filled in. And same for the right side, pores filled in, looking nice and glowy. So I'm just as oily as I was on day one, and I do have just a little bit more creasing in between my eyebrows, and I only have smile lines on this side and not this side, which is kind of weird. I do have my normal creasing in between my lip and my chin, but I don't have any caking. I think for a 10-hour wear, I think my makeup held up pretty well. It was up to like the 80s today, and I was outside. I think that this makeup held up really well. So let's go ahead and do a close-up so that way you guys can see. Here's what my forehead is looking like. Extremely oily. In between my eyebrows, some creasing. As you can see, the left side is extremely oily. I do have just a bit of creasing here. And the exact same thing on the right side, oily, except no creasing here, and just a bit oily on the chin. So I'm pretty sure you guys can already guess that this is my favorite foundation stick in this series so far. This is the only one that has not given me any texture or shown any dryness, which we all know I have insanely oily skin. There's zero dryness on this face. And not only that, but it plays well with all of my other makeup products like my primer. And if you are familiar with the other episodes in this series, I have been having trouble just getting foundation to pair with primer. So this foundation definitely has some great qualities, like the fact that it fills in my pores, my fine lines, it covers my blemishes, and that's going to be with and without primer. And not only that, but it gives the most beautiful glow. So for me, the best way to use this foundation is to pair it with primer, because I did notice that there was just less creasing whenever I did wear it with primer. And then you want to also just lightly use a translucent setting powder for your T-zone, and don't really put anything on your chin because it will make it look very cakey. Now, I do realize that I was very oily at the end of each day, but really, who needs their makeup to last them 10 hours. I really do feel like you can get a good 6 hours with this foundation and then just do touch-ups as you need throughout the day. This foundation stick is only $6.49, and I think it's worth every single penny. I'm keeping this on my desk so that way I can constantly use it. I love this thing so much. Now I have a question for you. How long do you guys need your foundation to last you? 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thanks. Bye.